Good morning. I haven't actually vlogged in like a week because we've been dealing with a cold situation in our house. So I've currently got a head cold. In the scheme of things, it's not too bad. I'm just exhausted, like tired. Like I'm puffed right now because I just walked up the stairs. Last weekend before I got it, I was so tired. Because obviously my body was probably trying to like fight it off. I'm just looking at our lime tree. We have so many on there. Need to get out in the garden. I feel like I'm near the end of it. We need to go do some errands today and we actually need to look at cars. We're like getting to the point where we just need to commit. Mostly feel better today. I just sound incredibly stuffy, but I feel like I'm at the end of it. You know when like you get to the very end of being sick and it's just kind of like a little bit of a cough and like you just sound cooked. Been through all the headachy, achy body, runny nose, sneezing, like been through all of that each day. I seem to have like different symptoms, but now I'm fine. Just sound cooked. My throat's just cooked from being sick, but it doesn't hurt or anything, and I'm not sneezing anymore, and I'm not like, you know, I feel like I'm on the mend, thankfully. So we're gonna go look at some cars. If you've been following along, you know we're looking for a new car to replace our Range Rover because it's just time for a new car. And we've been procrastinating because while buying a car is exciting, it's a lot of money and I just wish I didn't even need a car. Like, wouldn't that be nice? But, you know, we've got a toddler and we need a car to fit him in. So we're looking for something with quite a bit of space. Something that is comfortable to travel to Papamoa in because we like to go out there, and definitely soon we want to start going more frequently again. I think we are kind of looking at the Kia EV9 again because they've got a really big special on it at the moment. That's an electric vehicle. We're also looking at the Santa Fe, which is a hybrid and highly recommended. We test drove that a few weeks ago, really liked it. There's a new Toyota, is it Land Cruiser? Is that what they're called? Coming out later this year, which looks cool, which I think is like petrol or diesel. You never know what the right path is for a car because it just depends who you ask. Some people are completely anti-EV, some people absolutely froth them, love them. So I don't really know, but we do really like the EV9, which is electric, and it's a big electric car. It's supposed to be able to travel very far on one charge. So, I don't know. It's stressful, like very stressful. God, I sound terrible, don't I? I promise I'm not as sick as I sound anymore. Otherwise, I would not be vlogging and going out of my house. The last like 3 days, I've literally just like brain rotted on the couch. On the bare minimum, you know.
Got these in my.
Just for good luck.
Man, your neck's all so dirty, yeah.
Yeah, this is the fit. Glassons, don't know where this is from. My little clutch, and I'm just gonna wear sneakers, and it's probably gonna be freezing outside, but I'm hoping
It is.
yeah. Well, I just don't want to wear a jacket though.
You can take one in case, right?
I guess. Look how many lemons we have on our tree.
Where?
On the right tree.
Oh yeah, there's a few.
Yeah.
Don't show that. Look at all the weeds.
Show me. Where do you get these from?
No, they were from New World. I'm just gonna split it in half.
I need to update you guys about Zeus as well.
You did.
Yum. That's what one would say. None.
With this front up out.
Yeah. So I think I mentioned in a vlog that Zeus wasn't feeling good. And he was like picking at his armpits after he had these little things on his back. Blah, blah, blah. I noticed a couple more of the things on his back came back after treating them. So I wanted to send him back to the vet, and then also right before that his armpits started getting real raw and he was like attacking his armpits, and he was actually getting quite aggressive because he was clearly in pain. So we sent him to the vet the next day and they basically just prescribed antibiotics. I was a little bit peeved off. I was like, maybe some painkillers, but anyways, so he was on these antibiotics. He was not happy. It was a week's worth of antibiotics. We persevered. He was not happy with them. So you have to obviously pay for the appointment, pay for the antibiotics, which is not cheap, hello. And then he started getting like a sore tummy and vomiting, diarrhea. And we were like, we called up the vet, we're like, something's not right. And they were like, oh, pay again to come back in. Like, you have to pay again. We were like, well, why? Like, it was just like crazy how much money they wanted us to pay again and again. Anyway, that's irrelevant. We're like, whatever. Then they were like, okay, so it'll be like another $80 to change the antibiotics, la la la. Anyways, let's just fast forward. So we finally get done with a course of antibiotics. This lighting's cooked as, look. Looks like a horror movie. Oh. Okay, that's... Oh, my eyeballs. Anyways, we finish everything, and I look at Zeus, and I'm like, he is not himself. It got to the point it was nighttime, like this is after all the antibiotics were done, blah blah blah. Then I noticed more little bumps on his back that were like a little bit pussy and everything. And so I said to Hamish, he's not himself, something's wrong, let's take him back to the vet, except at this point I want to go to a new vet. So basically we actually were meaning to switch vets for a long time, because my whole life I've always gone to Malcolm, what's his last name? Anderson. Malcolm Anderson. I've all my life gone to him like with my family, like since being a little girl. Like it's the only vet I can remember ever going to, and we always took our dogs to Malcolm as well, but I think he had a little break from being a vet or something, and then he opened up his own vets, and so I was like, let's book in with him. And quick backstory, if you've been following me for like, I don't even know how long, 12, 13 years, well 12 years ago we got Zeus, right? When Zeus was a puppy, he got parvo, and Malcolm was the person that saved his life. And back in the day, he literally, you know, he was treating Zeus for like, what, like 10 days or something, and he said to us, like, Zeus was probably going to die, and he said it in a much nicer way than that, but he was like, come and visit him, I'm going to stop charging you money, and I'm going to continue to try and save his life. So he stopped charging me money, I was just a student, and he continued to try and save his life, and he did save his life. And so like me and Hamish were always just like, you know, he's the bomb. So anyway, we managed to book in with him literally the next day on his website. It's a really handy website. I sound like I'm being sponsored or something. I'm not being sponsored. I just want to say, so we went on his website at like 11 o'clock at night, because I was like in tears, because I was like, something's wrong with Zeus, and Zeus is my firstborn baby, like I don't like seeing him sad. We booked it on the website next day for like, what, 11:30. It was so easy. Loved that. And went in, and Malcolm recognised I didn't go, Hamish went, recognised Zeus, and was like, oh my god, it's so nice to see you guys. And straight away he's like, I don't think it's anything anyone else has said, I think it's actually allergies, because the previous vet said it was probably like an infection from like the groomer or something like that, but may not be at all, because Malcolm reckoned it was probably allergies. And so he gave, what did he do, like a and
gave him an injection
for like
some cream for his leg.
Yeah, a cream for like his raw armpits, because he was like attacking his arms and stuff. And literally that night he was already so much happier. And then he also booked us in another like little complimentary quick pop in on Saturday. So we're going to do that tomorrow morning and just take him in, and he can like, because obviously he wants to make sure that he's correct and wants to actually make sure that Zeus is okay. And just the like attitude between vets of like the previous one, just it's probably not true. I don't want to say
it is. They're corporate.
No, but there's still people, and I'm sure they still care about Zeus, but it's just not the same. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
like
they care, but they don't make the rules.
Yeah,
it's
they
the
care.
heads.
Yeah, it's
and then the trouble is the double charging, like trying to charge me for more antibiotics, trying to charge me again when the original solution.
It's just money. Whereas with Malcolm, he's like, I just want to make sure that he's better. Like I get it, like they're not mind readers and it's hard with animals, but it was the attitude.
It's always the attitude.
Yeah, and so Hamish and I just didn't feel like the animal was in the best, you know, like whereas you go to Malcolm, and I feel like he really truly is like, he cares about the animals.
It's a lot more personal.
Yep.
It's a lot more personal, I think, is the thing.
And like, our pets are part of our family. Like I want him to feel like he matters, and like my aunties, like all of her cats have always gone there, and we've had like, honestly, I swear to God, in my my dad's side of the family, I swear we've got like a knack for picking like cats that need extra special care. I don't know if you remember, but like my dad had a cat, Pork Chop. He was like very ill. My auntie's cat unfortunately got hit by a car, so she was a little tripod, that's what we called her, and she had some health issues, and like we've just always had like a lot of animals with high needs, and he's always just like been so good. So
and he never asks me so far, oh, here's 3 different options, what do you want to do? I'm like, I'm not a vet.
He's like, our other vet kept doing that. They're like, what do you want to do? And we're like, I'm not a vet. I don't know. I'm here to like ask you like for advice.
That's why you're paying them.
Yeah, and so now I want to, in a few more weeks, we'll probably take actually Louie in as well, just to get a check up with Malcolm, just because I just would feel better about doing that, because we've only taken him to the other vet lately, and it's just annoying. Like, I wish we did this sooner, but we were just like, oh, whatever. Like, we knew he opened up his own vet, but we were just like, blasé about it. We're like, well, we already signed at this vet. Yeah, it's like not exactly laziness. It was just like, well, nothing's going wrong, but at the same time, it's like we've always just felt like kind of passed along there. And it's like, you don't see the same vets all the time and like blah, blah, blah. And I'm not going to say what this place is, because I don't want to slam people. It doesn't matter. All I'm saying is I do love...
You like the more personal vibe.
Yeah, I feel like I've friggin' grown up alongside this vet, because like I said, my family's always taken our animals there since I can remember, since being like a little girl, so... And
it's modern, it's easy to book appointments online, like that's just what you want. You want it to be clean and easy.
And he's just nice. Yeah. Like, I just feel like he cares, and that's what you want for your pets. Anyways, let's head off. That's my yarn. But Zeus is so happy today, so hopefully tomorrow the appointment goes well and, everything starts clearing up now, because it's been horrible. Alright, so the Toyota, what's it called? Land Cruiser. And what's the other one, hey? Prado. Prado and the Land Cruiser. Okay.
Land Cruiser Prado.
Whatever. So lots of you guys recommended that one, so we just went and had a look. They've got obviously like the current one now, but we'd want to look at the new one. The new one comes in to look at in like August, which that's fine, but so many people have just rushed in and pre-ordered them. He said there's been like 4,000 people pre-order them, so to actually get one of those cars we'd have to wait until probably at least March next year, so that's probably just a no, because we're not gonna piss around that much.
Looks like that. It actually isn't. Yeah.
Anyway, people can Google it if they want. But we looked at the current model. It looks nice and big, lots of space, definitely checks all those boxes, but similar price to everything else that we're looking at anyway. So we'll probably just go look at we're gonna go look at the Kia again now, I think. What else did you want to look at? What's that other brand?
There's a few lists.
What's that other brand?
So you got Ford, the Ranger and the Everest. You got that Nissan Navara, which is just a Ute. It's a cheap option. Toyota Land Cruiser Prado. There's the Mitsubishi Pajero Sport. Yep. Isuzu Max. Santa Fe. Havawa H6. BYD Sea Lion.
BYD. That's like a cheaper brand.
And the Kia EV9.
Okay.
And that's it.
Let's go. You can see a peek of the one we just looked at just there. You can't really see, but I'm sure you guys have seen them before. Kia, BYD, Jeep. I always wanted a Jeep, but then I remember vlogging about it years ago when we were trying to decide what car we wanted, and we ended up getting a Range Rover. But when I was vlogging about it, everyone was like, don't get a Jeep, they catch on fire. Is that true? I'm not gonna buy a Jeep anyways, but I do love the look of a Jeep. And we also need to get bread pulled up at New World. So we test drove the, what was it? BYD?
BYD Sea Lion.
Sea Lion. Real nice car, just probably not as big as what we need.
It's mid-size.
It's more of a mid-size. I think it was a hybrid, wasn't it?
Yep, it was.
Real nice inside, high-as tech. Yep. Reminded me a lot of the Emoda that I promoted, like, which once again, like the reason we didn't get an Emoda is it just wasn't the size we need. So then we test drove the Kia, what was it called? Sorento. Real nice as well. We tried the diesel, that's what they had there, and then there's like specs above that as well, which are like hybrid or whatever. But still real keen to try the EV9. We had a look at the EV9 there. They don't have one to test drive, so they're going to sort it out. We were basically like, because they were saying they don't have any to test drive, and we were like, well, we're not buying a car without test driving it. Lots of people apparently do buy cars without test driving them, but sorry, I'm not.
That is
but yeah, apparently it's very common for people just to go in and buy a car, because like every car drives fine these days apparently. But I still, it's not just the...
Wait, from what we drove, everything felt different.
Yeah.
So, okay.
And it, like, for me, it's like just the overall feeling of being in a car as well. Like the way it...
Space on the road.
Yeah, the space on the road, the way like the road sounds underneath the car, like just, it's just the vibe.
How body rolling.
Yeah, so hopefully they don't go to all this effort to bring in an EV9 and then we hate it. But we really like the car. The space is incredible in it. have a look at them online if you want. They're big. The boot space is amazing, and also even if you've got the third row of seats up, there's still boot space. With a lot of others, like, you lose the whole boot. So I mean, to me right now, the Santa Fe and the EV9 are like my two favorite cars. EV9 being full electric, and then the Santa Fe being a hybrid, right? So
but you know what car is nice if you're looking for a cheaper ute?
A cheaper ute?
The Mazda BT50.
Yep.
What we're driving
Which
now.
we're in right now. This is our stepbrother's car.
This is nice.
He's got a work car, so we've just used this for a bit. So yeah, we're gonna go get some sushi. I've been craving sushi all week. Just some cheap ass sushi from those places where you pick and mix it. I just want like cheap sushi. And then we are going to pop into a couple other places. Probably going to be no's, but you've got to go have a look, don't you? We could be surprised or whatever. This is stuff we've looked at online or recommendations from you guys and family and friends. And we really like, I just want to go see them in person, sit in them and just have a feel, keep our minds open. Heaps of them around the same price, and then there's a couple that are a lot cheaper as well. So we'll just wait and see. Change of plan. It's too late for pick and mix sushi, because you know how like they never have it out late, or if it is out late, like I mean, I've never been sick from it, but I've watched way too many food documentaries now that I'm scared. Now, New Zealand has really high like food standards, but it still freaks me out. So we'll go to Wabi Sabi, old favorite. I can get hot and spicy chicken whenever I'm like sick. All I want is super spicy food, and they've got this like hot, is it called hot honey chicken, or I don't know what it's called, hot and spicy. It's super spicy, and I just feel like it's going to taste amazing with some rice. Forgot to vlog at lunch, but we ended up going to Brew Union because Wabi Sabi had like a 40-minute wait, and I got a chicken burger because I wanted something spicy, and it had a little bit of spice, but it wasn't spicy enough. But it was really, 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 really good. It had like some jalapenos in it and stuff, so I was hoping it would be like very spicy, but it was just like mild. Anyway, then we went, had a look at Fords quickly, didn't test drive any. We went and test drove some Hyundais. Real nice, but don't know, just something was missing. Don't know why my face looks like 20 shades darker than my chest. It's really not. It's just the lighting. I think my shadow, like the camera shadow's on my face. And then we actually went and popped into Nissan and test drove the Pathfinder. Beautiful. It literally... strawberry. Hello. Got old mate from daycare. Yummy. She's chopping up the... Yay. We, test drove the Pathfinder. It literally drives the same as a Range Rover, almost. Like, the feeling of it is so similar to a Range Rover. And it actually, we really liked it. Like, for the size, it's like a 7 or 8 seater, depending how you want the layout to be. Big boot space, huge, very comfortable. Not as modern as the new Santa Fe and the EV9. Not as modern with the, like, at the stereo and stuff. But still very nice, definitely top 3. So our favourites are the EV9, the new Santa Fe, and the new Pathfinder. Pathfinder's petrol, Santa Fe's hybrid, and the EV9 is electric. So all different in those aspects. EV9's going to be cheap, obviously, to run and servicing and stuff like that. Less parts to it as well. Hybrid, kind of the best of both worlds a little bit. The Pathfinder runs on 91. You can put 95, but they said it's fine on 91. Whereas when we got the Range Rover, they were like, you can do it on 91, but 95 is way better. So, I mean, I'd rather run it off the cheaper fuel. What is playing like a bubble pop game on the iPad? It's like, anyway. So, basically, we told Care that we need to test drive. They're getting us in one next week, I think next week or a couple weeks, and we will test drive that, and that'll really kind of, I don't know, help us figure it out. Because basically, if that drives nicely and we like the way it feels on the road, because it's like just a general feeling on the road, like even just like the height you are off the ground, the sound, like all of these things, it's like just the overall experience for us. And you'll know what I mean if you've like been test driving a lot of different cars. Like they all feel different, you know. It's not just about the power, for example. Like I don't really care about that. It's not like, that's not the only thing you're looking for. It's just the overall experience, the space, the way you feel in the car, the comfort, so on and so forth. And yeah, if we like the way it is on the road and the way it feels, I'd say it's probably at the top of the list. However, if we don't really like the way it drives, like, because we haven't tried an electric vehicle of that size, like it's kind of the first of its kind, then I think we'll have to decide between the Santa Fe and the Pathfinder. I do like the idea of the Santa Fe being a hybrid, I guess, like just good because it's like cheaper to run just around town in there, and I just feel like everyone loves Santa Fe's. I don't know. Anyways, so those are kind of where we're at. It's been a productive day. I feel better about the whole car situation because it's just like full on and stressful, and obviously a car is not an investment piece, so spending lots of money on a car, it's like if you were buying a property, it's kind of exciting because you know, like, it's not a waste of money. Car shopping is exciting because it's like, I love cars, but like also I just don't want to do it because I'm like, it's a waste of money at the same time. But I do love cars. Like, I've always loved cars. My family are car people. I'm probably like the least car person in my family, but I'm still like a car person, if that makes sense. Like, I love cars. So yeah, got to make some decisions, but we're just gonna chill, like stop thinking about it until we go test drive the EV9, and then once we've driven that, I think it'll be easier to narrow it down. View check. Beautiful day out there today. It's so cold, but it's just such a nice day. What are you playing?
Match the pieces. Nice. Good job. Nice.
Where does the sheep live? At the farm or in the wild?
Try again.
I think the sheep lives on a farm, honey.
Pig.
Where does the pig live? Where does the panda live? Where does the giraffe live? Hi, giraffe.
Try again.